So our practice today is on listening, as we're all kind of placed into this position where we have more time and space of stillness and coming home and finding that calm and not knowing what to do with it, and finding ways to use it well and be in stillness well, and recognizing the importance of that, and how, just like in the individual organism, when we don't spend enough time listening to ourselves and resting and coming back home, that we manifest illness within ourselves. So like of athletes who push too hard and keep going past the point of injury and then end up with kind of a larger injury or chronic pain, or when we stuck in stress states and then it manifests into a larger illness. Could be from common cold or cancer, so many levels of it. But that practice of coming back home and listening before that happens, or even while it's happening, to see sickness as a messenger of healing and hope and transformation, versus seeing it as this evil threat against us, which only perpetuates the stress state and the non-healing states. And so that we're kind of seeing this on a global level at the moment. Of our societies have spent so long in the going and the accomplishing and the using up of resources and the using up of each other and our energies, and in kind of those modes of non-stillness, we weren't listening and we weren't hearing and we weren't seeing the needs of society or each other or Mother Earth. And how now we have this opportunity to settle and to find stillness and come back home and start listening again to each other, to the planet, to everyone around us, and finding ways of not sitting in the fear which blocks us from healing, blocks us from being able to hear these messages of love and transformation and possibility, but coming out of fear and sitting in this open-minded, peaceful state where we're able to receive and take in the messages around us. And this is uncomfortable for people because the messages can come in difficult boxes. So there's a lot of pain in the messages that we're receiving right now. There's death, there's sickness, there's economic fear. So our messages are coming in these boxes that are really hard to open because they look scary. But we can't connect with one another and we can't connect with the needs of our society if we're too afraid to look. And so developing a practice that allows us to find that stable place and find that peace within and that openness to what's being said around us from a stable place. And to be able to see these messages not as a threat, not as something horrible here to devastate us, but as something here to teach us something and to offer us something, offer us a chance of change, growth, and connection and hopefully transforming us into something stronger and better from this point on. But only, right, that healing only truly happens at the deeper level if we're willing to hear the actual message and not just attack and stay in that fear state for the threat, the perceived threat that we're encountering. So our meditation this evening is going to be a little bit longer, and we're just going to practice this of finding a stable place in our breath, in our practice, and from that stable place of coming out and beginning to listen. So just offering up and starting to see things that they might seem difficult. So they might be things we haven't been wanting to look at, but that are offering us hope of resolution or transformation. Thoughts?
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
I'm going to lie down.
Okay, good plan. So you can allow your eyes to close and use the sound of the bell to carry your attention back inward, back into a mode of feeling and perceiving, and away from a mode of trying to solve or fix or resist. So opening up into that non-judgmental awareness. You can bring your attention back to your breath. As we allow it to naturally and gently lengthen and deepen. Finding comfort in the rhythm and the consistency of the breath. This breath that's our consistent reminder of our connectedness, our support system, and the fact that we are well enough to still be alive. This breath that's able to calm us and bring us back into a state of peace and well-being. Breathing in all the way into our diaphragm, into our core, and allowing that breath to root us down into our grounding, our stability, our platform. Knowing that coming from this strong platform, this place of peace, that we can be with and listen to even difficult messages from the world around us. And then we find that confidence in our being, in our breath. Find that grounding. And within that grounding, we connect with and listen to our heart space. Setting our true intention as healing and transformation. And knowing that if we listen from this place of healing and knowing that every message, no matter how difficult, is carrying the hope of transformation, then our ability to be with and hear, receive, and learn from grows infinitely. No message or experience is a threat if we see it as a benevolent messenger offering us insights into how to change for the better. So we follow our next breath into the body and reconnecting with self. As we begin with self. And as we open to listening, we open to all sides of ourselves, the good and the bad, the aching and the healthy. We listen to the body. We reconnect with the sensations that are present. We do not judge or try to fix, because right now we're only here to listen. We observe where there's tension, where there's fatigue. We observe where we're tightening or resisting. We observe what feelings are present. And we begin to ask, what do you want to tell me? What have I been unwilling to hear and to see? What have I been turning away from or keeping too busy to notice? What do you need from me? How can I nurture you? Why are you calling out to me? And as we listen, if it's difficult, we come back to that breath, back to that heart space of you are simply giving me messages to be able to heal. And we can heal together. Before we move on, of making a promise to your body, to your being, that this will not be it, that you will continue to listen. You will come back to this with the intent to heal. With our next in-breath, we're going to change our focus to our loved ones, our family members, those dear to us. And as we bring them into our awareness, this is not just the good parts of them. This is not just the healthy, happy. These are the places of them that maybe they don't want you to see, that maybe go unsaid, unshared. Here we are seeing and speaking to and listening to the whole being. As we ask, what do you want to tell me? What do you need me to hear or to see? Where are you aching? Where are you hurting? What do you need from me or the world? How can I nurture you? And from that place of intent to heal, knowing that difficult messages are not here to harm, that they are all here with the intent to heal. We can hear any of them. And after hearing, we come back to that promise of this is not the end of my listening. I am here for you. I want to listen, and I want to help you heal. Now following our breath into transitioning, placing our focus on all of humanity. This is our society, our leaders, our world, all of humanity. And these can be difficult as there's much suffering, but remembering that with the intent to heal, holding this within our hearts in this peaceful spot, we know that no message carries malice. It's only here to show us what needs to be transformed. And listening to society. What do you want to tell me? What do you need me to hear or to see? What have I been turning away from in my busyness and my preoccupation? What hurts? What aches? What do you need from me in the world? How can I nurture you? Again, we may be receiving some difficult messages, but coming to our heart space. These messages are not carrying malice. They're not here to harm. They're here to help us know how to heal and transform. And as we end our listening, we make a promise. This is not the end of my listening. I am here for you. I am open to hearing. I am here to nurture you. With our next breath, bringing our attention to Mother Earth, to our planet, to all living beings, everything within our ecosystem. We bring in the good and the bad, the dark and the light. We do not hide from anything in these messages. We're willing to see and look at it all. Because in seeing begins the healing. Welcoming in Mother Earth as we begin asking, what do you need to tell me? What do you need me to hear and to see? What have I been turning away from in my busyness, my pursuit of individual life, and my preoccupations? What hurts? What aches? What do you need from me? How can I nurture you? And here again, we may be receiving some heavy messages. But remember that we're in this together. Mother Earth holds us as her own. We heal as one. Anything she's telling us is for our own benefit, with the intent to heal. There is no malice in these messages. Only opportunity for transformation and healing. Mother Earth is not blaming us. She's only asking for help. And as we close out our listening, we make a promise. This is not the end of my listening. I am here for you. I want to hear your message. I want to help you heal. Please let me in. I will be here. And as we sit in this, holding all of these messages within our heart, knowing that they may be heavy, but understanding that this is where healing begins, in the listening, in the acknowledging, in the seeing. I see you. I hear you. I'm here for you. Together, we can make the healing begin. Come back to your breath. Breathing in the energies of peace and healing. Breathing out anything that feels too large or burdensome. Breathing in that stability, that foundation. Breathing out any resistance or tension. Feeling your heart space grow, knowing that you can do this, knowing that we can do this. With your last few breaths here, setting an intention of continuing to listen, of moving towards healing, moving towards transformation. I am ready to heal. The world is ready to heal. Carry that with you and allow that to be your truth in your heart and your core. As I ring the bell 3 times and we come back to our shared space. You can stretch and move as you need to and slowly open your eyes.